What's up, everybody? This is Nightwing2303. As you could tell from the intro, we're going to be going through a slight rebranding phase with kicksoncourt.com. As most of you guys already know, there were some trademark issues in the past, and I had the option to basically fight, for the name and things like that, but money talks, and it's just too much money for me to waste my time on it, so it's just easier to rebrand and just keep on moving. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So from now on, it's no longer going to be kicksoncourt.com. It will be weartesters.com. The rightful owners from now on of the name Kicks on Court will belong to the trademark holders, the people that kind of like undercutted me on that. So, yeah, in the business world, they will tell you it's just business. But in the real world, it just means that they're snakes. So watch out for snakes. They're everywhere. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so this is the CP3.7, Chris Paul's playoff sneaker for this season. And I believe that these are going to play nearly identical to the CP3.7, so my first impression is pretty clear and simple. Almost everything is going to play the same. What I mean by that is that we have the same exact traction pattern, same outsole, same type of rubber, and then as you can see, we also still have the Podulite system, as well as the zoom unit here at the ball of the foot. Still have the same exact foam midsole, so all of that stuff is going to feel exactly the same. So one of the thoughts behind this shoe is that maybe it weighs a little bit less, a little bit lighter weight, things like that. Change of materials. This shoe actually weighs 12.5 ounces, and the original CP3.6 in the same exact size, or not CP3.6, CP3.7, sorry, in the same exact size weighs 12.6 ounces. So you're not really changing the weight or anything like that. The deciding factor between the differences between the two is in the materials themselves. So as you can see here, we have a fuse upper, and then we have some mesh. The mesh actually is, it does not allow air to flow in and out. So the mesh is not a well ventilated section of the shoe. It's just there for that kind of like that bonding process. That's just how they put together the three layers, the underlay, the middle layer, which is usually mesh, and then the overlay material, which is like it's kind of the support, but it's like the protection and things like that. It gives you the look and the color and everything. The first layer is actually the support section. But so these guys here, they use new school technology and things like that. It's interesting because last year's model, the CP3.6, they actually started out looking like this, and then the playoff model, they used a little bit more premium materials with the nubucks and the leathers and things like that. Whereas this year they used a leather-based model, so they used premium materials first, and then for the playoff version they went with this type of setup, which is a more modern setup. Now the reason why I think that this is going to play slightly different than the other ones is because the materials themselves, like I was saying, they're using something that has literally zero stretch to it. Leather, nubuck, raw materials such as that, they actually will stretch after you break them in. So if any of you guys playing like retros or shoes that have that type of material, you'll notice that you're constantly readjusting your laces to get that tight fit, because those shoes are always stretching. It's basically skin. So with a synthetic material such as this, or a man-made material, which is the fuse or plastic, whatever it is that you'd like to call it, there's zero stretch, so it's ultimate containment, which is going to be good for players that are like Chris Paul, who are constantly moving, zigging, slashing, things like that, starting, stopping. The guy's footwork is incredible, so this type of containment for his shoe is almost perfect for him. As far as the Flywire goes, this is definitely the most dynamic I've ever seen dynamic Flywire. It's like really crazy. These points here, they are actually, into the footbed here, and then they're attached to the lacing system with this other weird it's such a weird setup. When I laced them up, it did hug and wrap around your foot and everything. How durable is it? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be any more durable than past renditions of dynamic Flywire. So it is what it is. The good thing is that you don't actually need this on the shoe, because you have fuse. So if these were to break, or you cut them off, or whatever it is that you choose to do, it's not going to destroy the functionality of the shoe. So that's pretty much everything. It's a very simple, kind of straightforward thing. The wear testing process is going to be very fast. I'm just basically going to have to break them in again The rubber and the midsoles, I remember needed quite a bit of break-in time on the originals, and then the upper here is probably going to need a lot more break-in time than the raw materials that we used last time. So it'll be a quick review. I should get this out maybe within a week and a half, something like that. So I have a bunch of other stuff to do still, so just kind of be patient with me. One thing that I did want to say though is that the images online, it shows that this is like a white tip that fades into this blue, which it actually isn't. It's more like a purplish look that fades into the blue, which is kind of cool. So I just wanted to point that out, that like the way that you see them online with the catalog images and things like that, they're not quite like that way. So it's not white on the toe like it looks like. It's actually a purple kind of gradient fade to the darker blue in the back. And then this is like an infrared color, which I think looks great with these colors. It looks a little funny by itself, like with white. It just looks real pinkish and stuff, but with some other color like this, I think it looks great. So, but yeah, that pretty much takes care of my first impression. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. Again, just kind of bear with me during this whole rebranding process. I've done it before because my website originally used to be called nightwing2303.com, and then I changed it to Kicks on Court because it was more professional and just kind of like, nicer sounding for like a sneaker type website, whereas, Nightwing2303 doesn't really have any kind of real value to it towards what we do here. So, Wear Testers is going to be awesome though. It's going to cater towards all athletes, not just basketball players. So I'm going to be personally taking care of the basketball side, and then I have other athletes lined up that are going to be taking care of all these other categories that include running, football, baseball is going to be coming up, hopefully skateboarding as well. And we also have a Kicks off-court section so that it has all of your lifestyle stuff within one site. So it's definitely a sneaker blog like my other site was, but it's heavily influenced by performance, which is what all of these shoes are made for. So, no hype, none of that kind of crap. I don't like the typical average sneaker blog personally. I have respect for them, like just mutually, but as far as like their content, I personally just don't like it. It doesn't cater to someone like me that, I actually use products like this for their function, not just for off-court purposes. So while our site will cater to that off-court side, it's mostly going to focus on performance. So thank you guys again. Stay tuned for everything because it's coming soon. And until next time, guys, have a good one.